Hello everyone, this is JF. Today we will review an incredible development of today, where Andy is in a state of hesitation. I think that the cock part of Andy is kind of trying to win over, and he's made some statements today. Some of it seemed like a sort of firing of me by the standard of some people. Now he's denied this, and then he's walking on the line between JF will be there once a week on Warski Live, and or when he speaks to me, it seems that he's up for me being there more. It's very unclear, but I want to start with a little revelation here that was done by someone on our Discord who's been having access to private groups. It seems that there are many people who are trying to remove the alt-right from mainstream media, and they do all sorts of campaign on YouTube, making false comments, organizing mass flagging and mass disliking campaigns. And so that's why I say to all the people who are YouTubers, just relax. Don't necessarily listen to a part of your audience that doesn't seem like they've been there for a long time, that don't look like they are long-term fans of yours. They're gonna lie. You're gonna have lots of liars in the chats right now. Just look at this operation here called Operation Purge the Scourge. We started on March 18 and we've made some amazing progress. For those of you wanting to know what's been going on, share this among friends that you know. Don't lean this to the fascist right. Operation Purge the Scourge is the final push against the racist and bigoted right wing. Our current targets are 4chan, Paul, V, Co, K, and B board. Hate board on Reddit. Anything related to Gamergate, Magicgate, Comicsgate, Alex Jones, Milo Yiannopoulos, Lawrence Saturn, Stephen Crowder, and anyone associated with them, and we are adding to the list. We are having assistance from Tumblr, various Facebook groups, game devs, and an extremely generous motivator from Marvel Comics, Blizzard, and Wizard. YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook have proven to be extremely easy and effective to take down the fascists thanks to their new updated terms of service. But sites like Reddit and 4chan have become difficult to take down due to their stances on freedom of speech. Now, it's not clear to the extent to which this particular operation relates to the other one, which I'm about to present to you, but it's just the point that there are people around organizing groups to take down right-wingers. Here we have something, an insider from the Manlet militia reporting, "Hey man, I saw you saying why is everyone turning on JF in the stream chats today, and I tried to give you a heads up. Basically, it's an OP being run by a few different groups, including some of the Sargonites and the Manlet militia. Hit me up if you want the TLDR. I've found the wellspring where much of the autism flows from." And this investigator confirmed various things. First, the group is very pleased with what they had Andy do today. They say, "Aha, the Sargonite psyops worked. They pushed for months that JF is the mastermind. And they fucking bought it. That's also why he's making up with Sargoy again." Alright, and he also reports, "Also be sure to tell JF to keep his cool. One of the motivations is to get him to crack again like he did at Andy during the Dyer debate. Also tell him to take into account that a lot of this is to drive a wedge between him and Andy." And he explains that this has there's 2 JF tweets there now, and they're mad because no one will take the bait. Basically, you can tell one of Destiny's people created the thread looking for the internet personal army thing. Many are obvious posts, some are more nuanced. Still, most old fags aren't taking the bait and tell them to fuck off or post in the appropriate forum. So we have essentially a group of political militants who are invading any trace of alt-right on YouTube, and they're trying to dislike, to comment, to say stuff like, Andy, I was a fan of yours for 5 years. I can't believe you have JF on. And a lot of users on my Discord have been like, dude, what's happening today? There's like a group of 100 people just complaining against JF. So everyone calm down. There is an operation against us. Don't worry. Keep it calm. But I want to show you the kind of distress that it can induce in a cocked mind like that of Andy Warski. So Andy Warski, following this campaign of harassment targeted at me and him and wanting to have us separate, went on the committee and started saying this.
Use your big boy voice, Andy. Use your big boy voice.
Andy, look at what he's trying to do. Fucking stand up for yourself, man.
Oh my god.
He's walking off to find his VR headset.
Andy, I don't think we should talk about the things you want to talk about on Warski Live.
Now, this is a total fake representation of my contribution to Warski Live. I've never told Andy not to bring his subjects. I've never told Andy that we had to be headed in an intellectual direction. If you guys want to know why did Warski Live take the intellectual direction, it's because Andy is too lazy. Alright? I'm going to be very honest here. Andy doesn't know how to book shows. Andy doesn't know how to set a schedule where there would be a show. So Andy has let me schedule all these shows because I'm holding Warski Live on my shoulders. The only reason there are Warski Lives at all is that I keep 3 Warski Lives happening every week. That's all. I've never wanted that. I've preferred that over having no shows at all. And if Andy, there's never been any pressure for Andy not to participate. Andy has self-excluded himself from Warski Live because he can't handle scheduling. He can't handle thinking in the 4th dimension, that of time. He's like Marty McFly in Back to the Future.
Oh shit. Is failure taking stabs at J? What is this?
Oh, your chat's saying they want JF on. Are we going to get a JF versus Andy on the Kumite?
I'll take it.
He's working till 8:30. We were supposed to stream tonight at 8:30. And then I DM'd him, like, because it's supposed to be like old order.
You said no, didn't you?
And verse him, yeah. And I was like, hey man, look, I don't know who this guy is. Sticks dropped out. This stream like doesn't sound interesting to me.
He called
we'll
it
do
off.
Halsey versus I'm like, we'll do Halsey versus fucking what's his name? Ryan Dawson. That sounds interesting to me. But like, and I'm like, if you want to have a debate with this guy, Old Order, about freedom of speech, go do it on your channel. And tonight, figure out something else.
This illustrates the emotional state of Andy. Andy, instead of taking stuff like a professional, he's acting on emotion. He's like, I don't want to do this. Let's cancel this. Like, a professional would just keep the show going tonight and then slowly converge within the next week to whatever direction he wants to take. Why would you act on emotions, especially if these emotions have been caused by a bunch of trolls who, by the way, have been wanting me out of your show since the very first day I was on? So you're letting the cocks of 3 months ago, just because they're more organized today, split a great collaboration between you and I. You need to be stronger, Andy. Because at some point, people are going to start detecting that you're surfing on any wave you can find. And at some point, it's going to be a disservice to you.
I like JF, but the thing
I
is,
don't disagree with Andy. I mean, it's the Andy Warski show,
But
right?
hold on. But did you?
But again, all of these people are working on false assumption. They think I'm imposing my stuff on Warski Live. I'm saving Warski Live from being a non-existent show. I'm inviting intellectual guests instead of nothing. If Andy could pull a fucking joke once a week, I wouldn't have to do it. But I do it because it's better than nothing. And so when you compare the views of Andy Warski now into the debates that I organized, don't compare them with an idealized view in which Andy would be streaming 5 times a week and getting the high viewership. Compare that to 0 viewers. That's your basis for comparison. That's the JF contribution right now to Warski Live. You don't like these intellectual shows? I actually agree with you and I want to follow you on any other path. But let's not mix things here. The intellectual shows I bring is in the absence of a single leader in this group. Both Andy Warski and Chris Warski. I'm up for exploring other stuff, but let's not work on false assumptions here.
You say this.
yes, I said everything I just told you right now.
You
In
said
fact,
all
even
that, and
longer
you said
form.
like I lost the reins, and you shouldn't have said
Yeah,
that to
I
me.
did.
All the things you said here.
Well,
you
that
said
stuff,
that.
no, that
Okay,
stuff.
that's what I
He
thought.
said he said he was just joking about that, so I'll take his word for it. But like, I mean, if we look at the show itself, like the J versus fucking JF, like I had people texting me like, dude,
Andy,
are
listen
you?
here. I was joking. Don't be a fucking imbecile.
No, the thing is too, is like.
I've never called Andy an imbecile. And in fact, when I said joking, I've then recorrected my word and I say performing. I was performing. It was not a joke like something that ends with t. I was performing a social interaction because 2 days before the dire debate, Andy explained to me, JF, we need to interact more. People love it when we have interactions. Now, Andy didn't specify good or bad interactions. And so I thought, here's one interaction. Shut the fuck up. That would be fun, wouldn't it? It was fun. It led to all sorts of memes on the public space. I did my job.
Like, I look at these things.
Andy, you're so cruel. Like JF has taken 2 blows this week. First, it was Karen shit talking him, which blew his mind, and now Andy's cutting
Oh
him
my
off.
god!
I'm not. No,
Fucking
By the way, Warski Live has always been about me taking shit. It's not like this week is particularly bad. We've actually had people on the show for three shows in a row coming to make the argument that I'm some sort of child rapist. Do you think that's my worst week on Warski Live, bitches? We've had people come and argue that I'm a child rapist in my fucking face. You think I'm hurt? You think I'm hurt by a little interaction with Andy or a little reading of a super chat? You have no idea who I am.
JF revolt happened.
I want him once a week for these debate streams.
Now, this is where he stated, I want Tim once a week. Now, it doesn't seem like it's that when we talk to him later. It seems that he would be up for me to be integrated in the rest. But it seems that at this moment, and I'm not yet on the stream, he wants me once a week. Now, it's important that Andy understands I don't even care about bringing debates to Warski Live. If he could get his life together and find a way to organize himself and be able to start a fucking Warski Live himself and say, Tuesday we're gonna do call-ins and Thursday we're gonna do a set of joke and Friday we're gonna take over the Sargonites and take over the liberalist trademark. I don't care. I'm a professional. If you think that I care about debates, I don't. Debates exist because there's nothing else coming from the leader of Warski Live.
I'm down for that. However, I need to expand and do what
Downgraded
I...
the side chick. For real. For
Huh?
real.
It's Andy's show, dude.
Look, if I'm gonna host these streams and I log in and I do all this stuff and then I sit there and I don't say anything, and then the moment I say something, they tell me to shut the fuck up, this is no longer my fucking show.
The shut the fuck up was just me being an employee of Andy. I increased the interactions, Andy. I'm sorry you didn't like it. I feel like I'm Steve Austin and there's Vince McMahon coming to me in the office and he's like, Steve, you've been insulting me on the microphone. Like, yeah, that's what we're doing. It's fucking entertainment. It's a wrestling match. We're not hitting each other in the face for real. Now, Andy has been offended by the fact that I told him to shut the fuck up. Dude, we've made shows about me being a child rapist. And you're crying because I told you to shut the fuck up? Get it together, man. Did I cry when we made it about my family? Did I say I don't want to do that? No, I sacrificed myself for the show. I sacrificed myself for entertainment. And that's why I'm one of the best professional entertainers on YouTube right now. I don't care. Now, I would have a lot of matter to care about. What do you think my daughter will think when she sees when she learns English and she sees the episodes of people calling me a child rapist? It's not good. But I don't cry about it. I do what's needed for the show to go on. That's the difference between me and you, Andy. It's that even if I don't reach perfection, I keep it going.
So, if I want to be a moderator, I'll do it once a week, but I'll take the pay cut. I don't fucking care, so I can have fun and run my show the way I want to run it. That's it.
Now there's this delusion in which Andy is, which is the only way to do that is to stop the debates or to reduce them. It's not even that. The only thing you need to do, Andy, is to schedule fucking shows where you decide the main schedule, where you say tonight it's gonna be call-ins, or tonight it's gonna be just fun, or tonight it's gonna be open house. That's all he has to do. But what happens when we do these shows, Andy? You cancel them. You cancel them like the last Saturday show. There was supposed to be a relaxed Saturday show. You cancel it. So don't put this on my back, that it's all debates. It's all debates because I'm saving the show. I'm making it happen. I'm finding the guest. And whatever we plan that's other than this, you cancel them. Let's be honest about it.
I like JF, but I feel like the fucking topics and everything have gone into like a direction where it's sort of like I'm wanting more.
Andy, let's add some fuel to the fire. I'm curious.
No.
Are you bringing Chris back? Is Chris going to come back and replace JF on those other days?
No. What's happening is on those shows I'm going to be hosting. I already talked to like Chris does want to hop in once in a while, but he's not like a long streamer. He would just visit and say what's up. But I am.
So he is coming in.
He's gonna because.
Am I not a golden god that's good at getting information?
I was gonna announce
stir in that pot.
Here's the thing is, we need to have. Oh, someone says, look, JF is the best part of Andy Live. Here's the thing is, if you want to watch his streams, he does his streams about topics he likes. I enjoy also shit posting.
The error of Andy there is to think that I cannot bring a contribution to shit posting. I'm fucking hilarious, Andy. you know that any show I've participated to, I've added interactions, I've added interesting stuff. Now, it's his choice whether he wants me on these shows or not. But to assume that all I can do is debate is so wrong. So wrong.
Yelling about stuff and also, you know, speaking on my show.
So break.
Now, this whole speaking on his show thing, this didn't show up on the day we had the show where I told him to shut the fuck up. He seemed to be fine with it. I think that what we have here is the problem of Andy. Andy doesn't have a definition of himself as a man. He is going around the internet, looking at the comments, and some of the comments, as we've shown, are from trolls. And he's having a definition of himself based on the social perception of the internet. This is what happened to a lot of people who are YouTubers. They end up defining themselves as the thumbs up, as the number of views, as the comments. But when you are faced with the amount of trolling we will be facing, you have to define yourself and who you are and your creative contribution to YouTube. Because if you don't, you will have trolls defining you. And they're going to pull you in all directions. And you're going to be their puppet. You need to become a man.
Breaking news
so
on the
mad at
Kumite. JF is fired. Where's that?
No,
Facebook
he's not.
fucking
No, he's
picture?
not. I did not
No
say
longer
that.
my best friend.
I did not say that, fucking Jim.
You pulling a Trump here? You letting him go? You cutting him off? Huh?
I did not say
Fired?
that. Oh, I'm so mad right now.
Oh, you replaced JF with Chris. JF's
I
probably,
did not
he's
say
probably madder
that.
than you.
No, Chris is not the new co-host.
Baked is the new co-host because Andy will finally have
Venti.
someone lower IQ.
And then you see what these people are about. Baked Alaska. Fucking failure who criticized me for months. These people are about getting my job. Fuck you. Fuck you all. You don't, you wouldn't do half of my job, you fucking retards.
IQ than him.
Is Brittany Vinny gonna co-host your show too, Andy?
I want to do Friday nights internet blood sports, proper shit set up, and that's the way I want to do that. And then every other day, I want to run a stream where I yell about people I want to yell about. I want to fucking trash people. I want to have fun. I want to fucking do like that liberalist stream where I'm just being fucking retarded for 2.5 hours. That shit's fun to me.
Oh, you do you, man.
Why?
It's your show.
Why would
You're
I
entertained.
just start? Yeah, but why would I just start a show, and then it's just
The problem is Andy was on a good track. He had understood about a week ago that people love the dynamic between him and me. It doesn't matter if I'm a French monster. It adds stuff. Because I'm not one of these low IQ people who will just be there and say, totally, like, like the other, like, yeah. Because whatever I add to this show, it forces Andy to react. But he doesn't react. He kind of believes my first degree attacks and he doesn't respond. Fuck you, French faggot. That's what I'm gonna explain to him later in the stream.
it's me sitting there like for 4 hours waiting for it to end.
That sounds terrible. Yeah,
But you're waiting for it to end because you cannot schedule a different show. You cannot plan a different show. Shows are not gonna make themselves.
Yeah,
you should do. I mean, you should do topics that you genuinely enjoy. It's your show, and yeah, I think me and you talked about this in LA a little bit. It was like things were going like super intellectual, and that's fine, you know, sometimes. But every single show, I think it was like super intellectual, and you're more into like comedy and like, you know, trolling, making people laugh and stuff. And so I kind of saw that coming, that you wanted to move in like more of a lighthearted, funny direction. I know you used to do stand up.
The thing is, we've been talking about this for weeks. Andy has been telling me 2 months ago my OBS is ready and it's going to become OBS. And we've been talking for weeks about having fun shows. But you don't schedule them. You don't do them. It's a problem between Andy's part of the brain that thinks about stuff and Andy's part of the brain that controls his ass and hands. Move it, bitch.
Up and all that. So I think that's good that you pursue what you enjoy, you know.
People in the chat like, look, science reason, one bad show, Andy, get some perspective. It's been, if you look at my past month of shows, there's been a couple debates I really enjoyed and the Liberalist stream. It's not one bad show. It's sort of like I see this trend of me getting fucking bored. And then someone, Jesse Curlin's like, oh, your views in Super Chat will dry up. I don't care. If I could pay the bills, which I could, and the debates will still be good once a fucking week. I do only 2 streams a week anyway. Like, what the fuck? I'm just expanding. That's my fucking point.
You want that quality content, dude. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I think Andy is on the path of... I don't think he wants quality content there. He wants to go back to when his stream was not organized, but we know what it leads to. It can lead to some beautiful stuff, but it can lead to 5 streams in a row being completely useless. Now, it's fine if Andy wants to do that, but what we could have going is one of the next radio show where 2 strong personalities interact. Why doesn't he want to do that? I'm submitting the question, Andy. Why don't you want us to be a comedic duo?
And me to feel like I'm fucking part of the fucking show.
You know what, Andy? I think you need Andy.
Agree.
Hold on a second, Andy. I suggest, you know, you have the show with JF. I suggest maybe you make your own channel so you have a place for yourself.
Now, that's another suggestion which doesn't make sense. I mean, it's okay for Andy to have his own channel, but you have a chance to be a kind of radio host of a regular show in the same way radio shows were 10 years ago. People need that. People need content that they can get attached to emotionally. What you need to do is that the stream needs to be interesting enough and diversified enough so that they take something out of it.
Well, I do have the new channel. We have the new.
Listen to the shit.
Andy, you have a fucking channel called Andy Warski. It's your fucking channel. Fucking hell.
Oh shit! You're right. Fuck, you're right. Why am I so agreeable? I always get.
You know, they're gonna start calling you Andy Bottom Bitch Warski if you don't start standing up for yourself. You know that, right?
That's an important point. You can surf on many waves as an entertainer, but you can't surf on them all. And you have to choose what will be my basis, what will keep me alive. And it seems that Andy has not chosen this yet. He's still in the framework of reference of an old YouTuber. Because at the beginning of YouTube, what was making people successful is high viewership. It's not that anymore. Right now, what you need is a crowd of at least 10,000 people who are willing to pay super chats, and they need to be dedicated. And then you can aim for having 100,000 views on some shows and even 500,000 on some other shows. But you need to understand what's your base. And if you keep surfing to try to catch all the waves, you're going to catch none of them.
Anyway, we can rebuild you. We can make you better.
You gotta stop rolling over, man. The amount of shit you've taken from people on Twitter in the last month is mind-blowing. Especially
That's what's happening. Andy does not refuse communications from people who are essentially abusers on social media. I've banned and blocked thousands of people on my YouTube channel. They can't comment anymore. I've blocked thousands of people on Twitter, and yet I keep growing. So you have to isolate yourself, and you have to abandon a part of humanity.
Especially how you go around and say,
And
we're
all
cool.
they have to
We're
do
buddies.
is, yeah, all they have to do is say they're sorry. No, all right then.
I'm sorry I called you a giant faggot. And then he goes back the next day and calls you a faggot again.
You're a horrible piece of shit, but I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're a terrible person who's done terrible things, maybe even caused school shootings.
All right.
See, that's the problem. Andy was able to resist to this first wave of harassments against him being a Nazi. He was not able to resist to the second wave. He was not able to understand that there's people out there who will be more refined in the way they attack you. They will start telling you that they're your friend. And Andy gets manipulated by any of those because he doesn't have a definition of himself.
But I'm
Tonka,
sorry.
can we do something since I'm feeling real nice. Hey, Andy's father, send Vamp a message. We want to send you a T-shirt as a loyal Kumite fan. I think Andy's father deserves a T-shirt.
Yeah, he
Yeah, you having some deep thoughts now, Warski? I can hear the gears turning.
Well,
I'm not happy.
I'm not happy.
You do have to stand up for yourself. You can't be a pushover. I think that's right. I mean, when Sargon came on my show and he was like, "Shut the fuck up," said that to me. I was like, "Hey, man, this is my fucking show. Fuck you." Like,
People want us to call Andy's dad.
I was ready for Sargon to walk out. Like, so.
Billy, would you talk to Andy's dad?
What am I going to talk to Andy's dad about?
Oh, he's a
I
viewer.
don't know.
He's a
They
viewer.
want you to talk to Andy's dad.
Hello there, Andy's dad. Your son is growing a pair of balls. Go
Yeah.
make sure to pat him on the back.
This is Billy No Bully, and your son's growing.
I've been feeling like the fucking it's bad when I'm not gonna even.
This is what I don't get
I'm
about
throwing
the
a
chat.
fire on the fucking.
You've already come this far. There's no point in turning back. You might as well just do it. Go ahead and finish your thought.
Okay, all right. The problem is, it's bad when I wake up in the morning and I'm so excited to head on Kumite, and then for my show later, I'm like, ugh.
No, it's really bad.
But that's because you don't plan your show. Start planning your show. Start saying, we're doing this tonight, we're doing this the next night. That's what we're gonna do. And even if what we're gonna do is open house and no subject, that's fine. But do it.
When you're excited to go on fucking Failure in the Morning. Fucking fix your shit.
Yes, one of the worst channels on fucking YouTube. And I'm having a blast on Failure in the Morning. No. Look,
Jim,
I'd like to.
hold on, Jim. Did you hear about Failure's big charity stream with the Beard Barian? Get to the last 3 hours. Fucking Sargon shows up, gives his reaction to Dankula being fucking found guilty. First stream he hops on. Do you know what's happening? For 3 hours straight, an alarm's
alarm,
going
right?
off. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
Failure's passed out. Sargon is giving this impassioned speech. I can't
Nobody's
think-
listening. The alarm's going off.
Beard Barian is screaming apologies into the chat about this shit. It was such a catastrophe.
Well, Andy, I would say this in all seriousness. If you're not enjoying the show, change it. If you're not happy doing it, there's no point in doing it.
What all these guys don't understand is that there's no effort in changing the show. It's about Andy starting a show. It's not like he has a co-host who he needs to write to and say, JF, can we change the show? No. The minute Andy schedules a show, I will not object. I will not say, oh God, I had a fucking debate planned for this. If Andy just schedules a show, it will happen, but it doesn't. So there's no changing the show, there's starting to do shows.
something else is going to make you happier, or if there's a format you like better, do it. It's your fucking show. It's the Andy Warski show.
Look, Andy, I think this is the right time to show JF the door, because otherwise this would have been the speech you heard one day. Andy, the people no longer like you. I think you need to just take maybe a backseat role, maybe a producer role.
These guys are so misrepresenting what's going on because they see me as the actor that has taken over Andy. I took Andy over me and I held him while he was dying. This is what's happening.
Oh, well, you don't talk on the air so much.
Don't sit down, Failure. But Failure.
Well, look, like watch. Even if I do this, and yeah, well, I've been talking to Chris about this for a little bit now, and I told JF everything I'm saying right now. Like, watch, if we look at the past month, we've got Spencer and JF versus V and Arch, and then we did taking calls. The Jay Dyer, JF versus JF. Oh, sorry, JF versus Jay on theism. The Jay Dyer one. Ryan Dawson calls out Halsey. In group preferences. Like, fucking. The only one I was really involved with was the libertarianism and the state, because I was yelling at that Shane guy for wanting open borders.
Yeah, can I just say something, because I see it in your chat scrolling by here saying hire Jim as a co-host. Maybe chat's unaware of this, but I fucking hate streaming. Like, I loathe it. That's why I don't do it on my channel. When if I wanted to stream and make something of that or make money off of that, I do it on my fucking channel. I get like 7,000 to 10,000 people watching. I fucking hate streaming. I hate it. I don't mind coming on as a guest, but I fucking hate streaming.
I try.
See, that's something that needs to be explained to people. Being a professional co-host is not fun. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of research. And I never let a show down. I never let a show happen without doing proper research. Now look, for example, at the MRA stream, which was booked by Queen of Bands. Very good job booking the people. But if I come like Andy, after smoking pot all day, and eating pizza, and I come to the show and I click on, okay, start recording. What's happening? What's happening now? Who are these people? Then I have nothing to say. Why was there action in that MRA stream where, in fact, I didn't know these guys more than Andy did? I did research. And people hate doing this. People like being there as a guest and like, okay, if you ask me question, I'm gonna say something, but I'm not gonna drive the content forward. The reason people like me are needed for this kind of show is that I have a brain capable of doing research. You want to find someone like me? Keep searching. There's not a single person on the internet right now who can do that job properly. Not even the fucking main host of their own fucking channel. A bunch of fucking retards who are unable to even understand what's happening on their show. You want to know what drives YouTube right now? A bunch of retarded pot smokers. And that's why Papa JF rises. It's not even out of his goodness. It's out of the mediocrity of what's there.
I tried to stop them from knocking on your door every fucking time, and they never don't do it.
Well, look, if I send him the link and he doesn't show up, I'm not going to be like, fucking Jim. I'm just like, yo,
Yes,
we're having a discussion that Jim's involved in, so I'll send him the link if he wants to come on. Cool.
No, it's just not something. I like doing videos because you do the video's done and it's up. You don't have to go on day after day after day. Like, the thing that it would make me want to shoot myself are the fucking people that stream gaming every day. Like, how the fuck can you do that? Like, I would go mental after a month of it. Mm-hmm. I would lose my fucking shit after a month. I wouldn't be able to continue doing it.
And that's why Chris Warski is not a co-host. That's why Jim is not a co-host. Very nice guys. Very nice guys. But unable to take a subject they don't know anything about and become an expert on it in 5 hours. That's it. That's all you need. You want this job? You're hired if you can do it.
This is one of the reasons why I really hate bothering you, is when you come on the stream, everybody spams, when's the video done, when's the video done, when's the video done? And so I ask, and then you say, and then they spam it at you on Twitter and
Oh no, that's shit they've been doing well before that. No, the video, I have a video on Kurt. I wanted it up tonight. It'll probably be up tomorrow because I'm fucking terrible with time. But no, it's just in regards to streaming it. I don't know. I mean, you guys can do it. You seem to enjoy it, but I don't. I mean, I don't mind shooting the shit for a while. I'm doing like a stream maybe like once every 2 or 3 months, but aside from that, it's not something I want to do.
I hate having Jim on because I start having this overeager need for him to accept me, and it's never going to happen.
Well, you know, failure. If you want acceptance, I hear Andy has a new position open. Maybe he needs a new co-host.
Wow. I may have been fucking talking with some people about something.
I love this. It starts, you know, I'm listening to the fucking show earlier, and it's just, me and JF had a disagreement. And then I come on the fucking show, and it's, JF is fired, and I'm finding a replacement.
I am not. I said, if he's down for doing one debate a week or so, if it's good and interesting and I like it, awesome. Mm-hmm. I'd love that because I enjoy that one.
Let's settle this right now. I'm not down. There's just too much investment for me in this show to be a once a week guest on it. You can choose what you like. You can decide that the show goes toward a comedic direction, and I'm up for it. I'm up for being a co-host, and I'm up for improving this show and making it palatable for the greatest audience possible. But I'm not up to be a part-time co-host. That's too much investment of time for too little of a gain for me. And I wouldn't want the money to be split that way in a kind of fractionate amount. Let's be clear. I'm either the co-host of a new show, or you fire me, or I quit.
Once in a while. But when that's all my show,
so you're giving him the director spot on this channel.
Yes.
God.
But then I want to also have a show where, you know, it's I have my buddies on, we fuck around, we troll, we talk about different subjects. Like, how many times can you hear ethno?
I feel like I'm a gold mine, but the miner doesn't want to mine me. I'm a fucking genius, Andy. You know I can take your friend and transform them into views. You know I can improve all of your show. You're underestimating me, Andy. You don't want to dig that beautiful gold vein. It's your choice. But my offer is on the table now.
No state before you're like, we fucking get it. Oh my God. Ethno state, good. Congratulations.
Well, see, that's why I thought the Kemet people would have been funny, because then you'd have white nationalists arguing with black nationalists, and that would have been entertaining. Yeah,
that's the thing. Give it a little rest on that for a second. We'll build this up over here. We can build that, get it over on Warski, get it built up, get the audience familiar, and then you have a nice little show.
Who wouldn't want to see Shaka Amos versus Mike Enoch? Like, that would be amazing.
Look, again, yeah, like once a week we set up those really big fucking shows. That sounds amazing to me.
You know what's the last step that Andy needs to do for this to happen? To actually schedule the 2 other fucking shows a week instead of smoking pot. That's literally the only obstacle to Andy's dreams realizing themselves. Andy deciding to make these 2 shows instead of waiting for Papa JF to come at the last minute with last minute guest, that JF saves again the show for on Tuesday and saves again the show for Thursday. All he literally has to do is sit in front of a computer and hit start on a fucking Google Hangout.
But then, like, it's like every show I'm not involved in. It's like,
Well, yeah, if you're not involved with your own show, you're not going to enjoy it. Yeah, if you're just sitting through a conversation, other people.
And Andy is in the chat, and by the way, I'm going rough with him, but as you guys know, you guys who know me, you know it's tough love. Andy is in the chat, and he says, okay, I will, JF. And it's beautiful to see a creator takes control of his destiny. I'm really touched by it.
People are having, you're just an audience member at that point. Why even be there?
yeah, and then getting like, and then like, yeah, it's been building, but then being fucking told to shut up on my own show. I was honestly about to kick them both out and just go and just fucking rant for an hour by myself.
Whoa.
I swear to God, I was like, I was so mad.
This is
And I'm
so
like-
much different than when you first got it.
Right?
Let's call it.
Motherfuckers out of here.
Let's call it what it is. Let's call it what it is. JF cucked you. He
Whoa!
I didn't cuck him. Now, I'm crying because I saw a man become adult. So I'm gonna find some Kleenex. I saw young Andy become a man. We have a super chat from Atperrier, $50 US. Not related to the stream, but wanted to hear your thoughts on Puerto Rico. Can we recognize and make it white again, or should I just leave? Puerto Rico white. I'm not too aware of the genes in there. So honestly, I don't know if it is white right now, if it can become white. Xfire, $5 US. I just tuned in and I'm out of the loop. All I can say is I will be crushed if you guys break up. You guys are my Laurel and Hardy. Zergling Rush, $5 US. I first heard of Warski because of Sargon versus Spencer. I came for Sargon and stayed for JF. The debates are why I watch Warski live. You guys are being excited by the fact that I cry. I always cry when I see people making important moves in their lives because I'm touched by it. These are tears of joy, really. I really love these big shifts in people's life. I'm gonna go chill. Night owl. Bye bye, Andy. Fire. Oh no, this one I read. Bill the Butcher, $5 US. Andy, you really screwed up. Lose your ego. I don't think Andy has an ego. I think he has social difficulties. Gabriel Montreal, $5 Canadian. Jeff, it's hard of being a co-host when you don't shoot the fuck up. You low end IQ Andy Garyepi. Lol. Alright, that's the reminder of the meme. Andy, Destiny was right about JF. Alright, I'm gonna take a break. I'll be back in 1 minute and we'll continue the analysis of the video. Kyler, $5 US. Your tears show me that you really care about Andy as a person. It's really moving, moving to me as well. I hope to one day have a friend that cares this much. Peace Lily, $9.99 sends a little heart. Alright, maybe we can see some of those super chats I've missed. Stand with Papa JF, what's such man, $5 US. Queen of Bands says, Jeff and I have worked very hard to make sure there are guests. Andy provides little input and is hard to reach. We get guests while he chills, then gets mad he doesn't have a say. He can help. That is true. World's largest iPod, $10 US. Jeff, I really don't think it's wise to go describe Andy's mind as twisted or say he's being cucked. It sounds like you're patronizing him. Focus on the manlets and give Andy his space, Admiral. Well, sometimes you need to tell someone these words, even if you don't believe them. Problematic White Knight, $5 US. Because Andy likes all his Jew friends now after shit-talking them like Mike Taucus and Laura Loomer. Cult of the Lich, 125 PHP. Sargon seems to have made Andy really butthurt about his show. Problematic White Knight, sorry JF, I know you have to be methodical this point on, but I unsubbed from Warski today because of this shit. Baked Alaska's friend are all Jews and Andy went to LA. What a shock. What? Ban anime. Is this underwater for the bag? I guess that's what I do. Wasatch Man, I stand with Papa JF. Alfred Saxon, thanks for the donation. TK Mau, you get salty enough to block and run from V though. I can interact with him on streams, on streams, but I have no interest in getting his tweets. TK Mau, Andy can't understand a Frenchman's deadpan humor. That is true. Arokoda, I think you just destroyed Warski Live, Jeff. I don't think so. Problematic White Knight at Queen of Bands. Wasn't Chris Warski doing booking as well? Did he have no part in the show? Well, it's been working less and less lately. Mark Deaton, $5 US. I'm sorry, Jeff. The chemistry between you guys was awesome. This was a mistake on Andy's part, and I'm not particularly interested in continuing to watch. He came out. Don's tinfoil hat, all according to failure's plan. Matthew, $5 US. I love you, Jeff. No homo. You are right, and I 100% get your performance nature. Playing with words and social interactions makes Warski worth watching. Adam Smith, £2. Thanks for the donation. It's Suno, $10 Australian. Andy is a pussy. You emasculated him. Instead of getting informed, he pussed out like a little girl. He just cries about. He doesn't know anything instead of learning. Keep up the good work, JF. Wasatchman, $5 US. Fickle Andy will probably be best friends with Jeff Holiday again in a month. Again, Hot Perrier, thank you for your $50 donation. Bexfire, $5 US. I read this. I read the other one. AG elicits $2 Canadian. Don't cry, buddy. I don't mind crying, to be honest. This is something you might not have seen from me because most of my stream subjects don't lend themselves to crying, but I actually cry. I cry very regularly. When just a movie will make me cry. When I think about history, I cry. It's a very healthy behavior, and well, Devon Bass, $5 US says, can we get a JF echo? But what do you want me to echo? Today Andy suggested that I was fired from Warski Live. Bill the Butcher, $5 US. Andy, you really screwed up. Lose your ego that I read. Tyler, $5. Oh, the super chats keep coming. Kyler, you're that one I read. Thank you. Alfred Saxon 82, £2. We love you, JF. Peace Lily, thank you for your donation. Karim said, this story arc has gotten way too unrealistic. Well, there's no unrealisticness to it. It is a story of human beings, and yeah, it's what you see is normal human interactions. Alexandro Kratchetis, $20 US. It's tough to move on from something that has become a big part of your life, but take this as an opportunity to do big things yourself. It's moments like these that separate the men from the boys. 1488 White Pride Worldwide. Oh yeah, and to be honest, I would be indifferent in some way if I was fired from Warski Live. I would be not indifferent in the sense that I don't care. I would be indifferent in the sense that I know there would be something else out there for me to do. For example, I've been delaying the writing of my book to make these episodes. But the reason I would be disappointed is I believe that we are headed toward a good show. I believe that we are creating something that people are getting attached to. And I want to dedicate a part of my life to this. Jay Dyer, hello Jay. I don't know if it's the real Jay, but thank you for your $10 US. This is wild. Enjoy you guys both and hope things continue. See all, $5 US. Glad to see you guys grow and settle this. Sargon failed. The Bastard, $2 US. Press 1 to unsub from Andy. Well, you guys shouldn't unsub. Chelsea Dagoy, $1.99. Show nips or you're a fed. Nips? Is it nipples? Devon Baez, $5 US. Can we get a JF echo? Stacy Garvey, $2 US. Thank you. Ben Noak, $5 US. I follow the trail of blood behind Papa JF. The trail of blood. Jay-Z Bulldog, $5 Canadian. I've been watching Warski because of you. If you decide to go on your own, I'm fine with it. I'm still with you. Shaolin Stacker, $2 US. Warski with Goldsteinberg. Alright. We need to get back to listening to this audio. Oh, maybe just one bathroom quick and I'll be back. Could you sing With Arms Wide Open by Creed? I remember the Creed With Arms Wide Open. Well, angels heard. It seems my life is going to change. I close my eyes, begin to pray, then tears of joy stream down my face with arms wide open under the sun. This place, I'll show you everything with arms wide open. This is a very cringy song, but it was a great idea. Oh god. All right, let's keep. Oh, you guys are not hearing this one. I have to put the audio. Okay, now you should hear it.
Let's call it what it is. Let's call it what it is. JF cucked you. He
Whoa!
He did, yeah, he did.
Look, it's like if you invited a bunch of guys over to fuck your girlfriend and you sitting in the corner, not even getting involved. You're just sitting there with your arms crossed, like.
Well, failure, it goes beyond that. I think that when Andy and his girlfriend have sex, she places a little picture of JF over his face to make it bearable. Does she do that? Does she print a little picture of JF off Andy and do it to your forehead?
Oh man.
Look, it's almost like Andy's being sensitive. No, it's 1 month of me not enjoying my fucking show. Like, that's not sensitive. It's like, and that last thing was sort of like I see how it is. And it really fucking pissed me off. So it was sort of a month of building up to that. So
it'll get better, Andy.
Well, like, I want to, like, the fucking liberalist thing. That was my idea, and that's why I kicked that fucking guest off. I'm like, who the fuck scheduled this guy? Get out of my fucking show. I want to have some fun. JF was great on that show too. He was good, but I don't want to have to like have those once in a fucking blue moon. I want that to be the show, and then the debates to be once in a blue moon. Because it's like, oh my god.
Well, yeah, nobody's begrudging you that. Again, at the end of the day, it's your fucking channel. It's your show. Run it how you want to run it. I'm just amazed if it bothered you for a month that you waited a month to do something.
Well, because I think the reason I was okay is, you know, being on Kumite, I could just let loose and just fuck around, and that's where I sort of had my streaming fun. And then the other thing became sort of like a job, you know?
Yeah, but Andy, you should do half of this. But you should also be prepared. You should also know what you're gonna do. It's okay if you want to do committee style. Committee style will get you 20,000 viewer, 30,000 viewer. But the reality of this business is that we need to do a little better. We need to have organized stuff. There are people who are working every day. They don't have time for 5 hours of people just chilling. And so it's your choice, but we were creating something that was worth listening. We were compressing it with our intelligence into a smaller show. Shorter than the committee, better than the committee. Now, if you want to be committee number 2, you can, and yes, you live. But if you want to do great things in life, you have to have some discipline. I know it sucks, but that's what I do. I'm a specialist of discipline. That's why I'm both a comedian and an expert brain surgeon. I'm not joking. I could both make jokes on your show, and if you ever get a tumor, I could open your fucking cranium and remove it and keep you alive. That's what discipline can do. You need a little bit of it.
You know what I mean?
I know what it was. I think is when you went to California, it brought back memories of being there with Chris. You were like, I miss my Asian. I want that to come back.
Well, then doing the Asian Andy stream, where I laughed for 5 hours. It felt uncomfortable, almost died, had a mental breakdown, hour 5. Like, it was crazy. It was like such a roller coaster. Whereas
Now I have to. My nose is sneezing because I've been crying. Let's restart it.
the same political debates over, it's sort of becoming to me what the SJW thing became, but sort of like a different version of the topic. It's like once in a blue moon, sure, but every day it's sort of like, okay, and especially if I'm not involved in the conversation.
So you're saying I spiced up your life, Andy?
We even talked about this, didn't we, fucking bitch?
Yeah,
With your
yeah, we
manager
did.
and shit on the
Yeah.
balcony there? Yeah,
Well,
we're sort of like,
You guys are ignoring the important questions, though, because all of this happened after one specific thing started to go into effect. Andy, are we sure that you're not doing this and, you know, thinking the thoughts you're thinking and wanting to take the actions you want to take because you haven't jacked off in a while?
it might be that as well.
He's getting a little testy.
Is it that
It's-
extra testosterone
No,
feeling through you?
To be fair, he watched. Wait.
exactly what
To be
it-
fair, he watched porn. He watched porn yesterday and he fucked his.
There's no doubt that a lot of this is induced by the lack of sex and masturbation, and the fact that he seems to have cleaned his life in many ways, diet-wise and personal-wise.
His girlfriend, so he's still.
Yeah, no. Watching porn and not jacking off is like looking at food and not eating. So that's not really going to accomplish much.
So here's how I knew exactly. Here was the epiphany was I was not enjoying the show for a bit, but I'm like, people seem to be enjoying it, but I'm sort of like losing touch with it and all this stuff. But then, you know, the views have been dropping and the fucking subs are.
This is another delusion of Andy, a misinterpretation of his stats on Social Blade. So let's have a look at it and let's settle this, alright? There are certain shows where Andy loses subscribers. They are not those shows that Andy thinks are problematic. The shows that are losing lots of subscribers is when there's too much variation in what we do. It's a natural thing to bleed subscribers when you bring people totally elsewhere. For example, the night we did that Joy Sparkle BS thing, we lost subscribers from the alt-right. The important thing is that overall, it's either stable or it increases. That's all you have to care about. As far as the subscribers you bleed, you need to understand that as long as you're gonna make varied shows, you're gonna bleed subscribers, but you're also going up on a slope. So what you need to accept is my creative directions in the short term will cause people to be frustrated, but in the long term I'm establishing an emotional reaction, an emotional relation with my audience, and I'm giving them a show that will satisfy them in the long run, that will open their mind, that will talk about many different things. If you only listen to this subscriber count, you're actually making yourself the potential victim of manipulation by a bunch of people who literally don't understand what high viewership, high quality content is. They're emotional, and sometimes they might be organized. They might be political group looking to create these influx of minus 300, minus 35. There's groups that are organized who create that kind of movement. There's also parts of your audience who are just there with you for one ID. Either it's the ethno-state with the alt-right, or it's the it's a crowd that doesn't like intellectual stuff and they want just to have fun. You need to leave all these people behind and say, I'm going to be dedicated to one thing, high quality content that I love and that I think is relevant, compressed, listenable, tolerable, and educational. If you can do this, it doesn't matter if single shows lose some subs. The fact is, let's be honest here, Andy Warski has always had too many subs. That's the truth. He's always had too many subs for his content. And so if we can find content that still increases his sub count or keeps it stable, it's a fucking miracle. Okay? In the current YouTube paradigm, it's a fucking miracle from God. And if Jay Dyer is listening, I'm sure he will love hearing this from me.
Fucking leaving, and I could just tell the show was getting a little bit dry, right? Until the liberalist stream, people were texting me that was fucking hilarious. My dad liked it. Everyone really enjoyed it. It was a fun fucking stream. And then, so I'm having these thoughts of the show sort of drying up and sort of like, I need something like better. I'm not part of it. I'm not. And then I went, and then I got on a group chat with a bunch of people the other night.
Someone in the chat says, inhales popcorn. Don't choke on your popcorns, guys. There's more coming.
It sort of vented my thoughts. And then they're all like, yeah, you know what, man? I used to like your show, and I just tap out. My dad, then I went to my dad's house 2 days ago. He's like, what the fuck was that stream like the other day? He's like, that was incredibly boring. And why weren't you talking at all? He's like, I stopped watching after half an hour. And he's like,
Now, this is one other aspect of Andy which he needs to correct. It's good to listen to your close people, but listen to the stats. Listen to the viewers. Listen to the super chats. Your dad, all respect to him, he's not gonna reinvent the wheel of entertainment. He's part of your audience. He may be representative of a section of your audience, but never forget your base, your super chat, your views, and your thumbs up.
my dad was like, you bring the fire on fucking Kumite and you're hilarious. And you bring up that VR thing and all that, and everyone's laughing. And then I see you on your show later, and it's just boring. And my dad used to like my show. And then all my friends who used to text me about my shows have been like, yeah, man, it's getting like a little bit dry. Same thing over and over. I just tap out, stop watching. And then I'm like, oh, so it's not just me. So right now I feel like I'm giving, you know, like, look, all the views now are at like 30,000 views. Whereas the liberalist stream where I had fun is at 8.
That's not true. That's also a misrepresentation, and you can see that Andy is deceiving himself when he thinks of these statistics. All right? To make a stream that reaches in the 50,000 regularly and sometimes 80,000 and 70,000 on a repeated basis, and sometimes 100,000 in the current YouTube environment is good. Okay, and here we have We Was Kang, 74,000. Most of the shows, they reach something around 50,000. We As Liberalists, 80,000. Richard Spencer versus JF, 100,000. And the beauty of it is that we don't make much more money with the 100,000 views. We don't make much more money. We make money when the content is entertaining to our base who are ready to pay super chat. So don't look for these excuses. If you want to take the show in a different direction, do it. Be a man, do it. But these are good numbers. You wanna look at the past of Warski Live? Aiden Paladin and Martin Hughes, 12,000 views. Creating a Transparent Trading World, 5,000 views. Some mainstream videos aiming at being mainstream, 30,000 views. The beginnings of Warski Live, well, not even the beginning, 3 months ago. 3 fucking months ago, 15,000 views. Did you ever see Papa JF make a Warski Live that reached 15,000 views? No. The divide and non-binary discussion. 19,000 views. Did you ever see Papa JF on a 19,000 views Warski live? No. Not a single one. Chatting with the other side. 12,000 views. Kilroy free speech. 20,000 views. Warski live 100 special with a ton of guests. 16,000 views. Warski live number 98. 20,000 views. Andy and Chris. 34,000 views. Warski live number 96. Chris dressed up as a woman. 10,000 views. Bitcoin soars to 6K. 12,000 views. Top, a highly addictive word game. 16,000 views. Warski exposed. 20,000 views. Destiny is a fool. 27,000 views. Warski live number 94. 6,000 views. Dealing with depression and anxiety. 24,000 views. Warski live number 93. 8,000 views. Warski live Steve Chives. 16,000 views. Now I know you guys are tired of hearing it, but I just want you to understand that by the standard of how this show started, my multiplication factor on this show is close to 10x. And so when I hear Andy on the committee saying the views are going down, I don't know what the fuck is happening in his head. Because I took this stream and I made it a stream that never reaches below 30,000 views. Never. Not a single show.
85,000 views. And it's like the past fucking month. I feel like that.
And there he is complaining about shows that do only 85,000 views. 10x bitches. That's what I bring to this shit.
That the viewers who are enjoying what it is right now are sort of like the people like who like that type of only that debate stuff. Even the people who like the debate stuff have been saying to me, and it's getting a little bit dry.
Yeah, well, I saw Kronos actually in the chat here. He said he's sick of blood sports. A lot of people are saying RIP blood sports. Yeah, I think a lot of people are sick of it just because there's so many of the same conversations going over and over.
Let's be fair here.
You know what people were sick of it? These shows that have still 5,000 views 5 months ago. That's what people were sick of. People are not sick of shows that get 30, 40, 50, 80,000 views. People are not tired of this. That's the 10x effect, bitches. Accept it.
Ethno state thing.
Baked. I think that comes down to you faggots not knowing how to book a goddamn fucking show. Like, if you're only drawing from a pool of 10 people, it's going to get old, yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, if you want to know the Papa JF effect, just go see Drunken Peasants. In fact, let's do it here. Let's do it right here. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Alright. My episode on the Drunken Peasants was 6 days ago. It has already reached 39,000 views. What are the other shows looking like? Well, we have Chris Reagan, a big YouTuber, bigger than me. Girl Does Rent, bigger than me, 22,000 views. Girl Does Rent, G-Man, Evan, 24,000 views. Didn't reach anything close to mine. Tim Black, Endless Jest, 22,000 views. Nightmare Fuel, Endless Jest, 22,000 views. Vadim Newquist, a YouTuber millionaire in views, 24,000 views. Episode 420, 8,000 views. Ben and Billy on the Town, 7,000 views. Alpha Omega Sin, a millionaire viewership YouTuber, 36,000 views. 3 weeks ago, doesn't reach the view count that I reached in 6 weeks. In 6 days. Patreon announcement, 2,000 views. Jess Pimp and Evan, 30,000 views. Pimp Monk, Evan Lefevre, Stupid Ads, 28,000 views. Literally, you have to go back 20 videos approximately, maybe 12 videos to reach one single show that has reached my level. Can you feel the 10x, right? Can you feel the 10x at this moment? It's there. It's a reality. Accept it. 10 fucking X.
You know where I fucked up? You know where I fucked up? Your fucking buddy JF fucking put in the worst intellectual in front of Bloodsports. That's where.
I gave Bloodsports the only meaning that it can maintain. Ever. Because if Bloodsports is just being lazy, if Bloodsports' essence is the fact that the hosts are too lazy to do the research, and therefore it leads to some sort of freedom in the organization of Bloodsports, this mode of doing stuff will die within the next year. So enjoy my contribution to Bloodsports. It's the only one that will survive if it does.
We're fucked up.
That's true. It's supposed to be fun. It always was supposed to be fun, not some formal.
Yeah, well, this shit came
debate.
from guys.
Don't you get it? Retards? I'm adding the fun because I'm the way I am.
It's like AP. We had Joyce Sparkle and shit. Like it. We went all over the place. I think a lot of people may have tried to take it. You can take it and do what you want with it.
Yeah, I want those
all sorts of different
on.
divisions in it. All sorts of different kinds of martial arts for different kinds of people. Whatever you want to do.
Well, look, Tonka, when we were on your show the other day before my VR thing, the Megalodon and the other black chick, they were so interesting to talk to, and I was like enjoying that, and I'm like, I would love to have them on my show. But a lot of people too who I've been talking to, I've told Failure this. There's like a lot of really big YouTubers who sort of range from like movie reviewers or game reviewers or like really fucking big and funny and interesting. Don't want to be on my show because it's been tainted with like alt-right and not that.
And your job in this is not to let them dictate what you do. There's always going to be 90% of the people you contact who are not interested in coming. You have to create a reality without them. You have to say, I'm going to do with whoever wants to come on. And then they'll come around. As long as you can provide the viewership, the exposure, they'll be on. But you have to make your own path, and you should never listen to these people. They want to change your creative output. They are committing an act of aggression. You need to take your own path and say, who's with me? And those who are not with me, you leave them on the side and you ask them again in 6 months. Now, do you want to be with me?
Care like the alt-right stuff. I don't care if people look at me as like a neo-Nazi alt-righter because they're fucking, you know, like just anti-platforms. I don't care about that. But what I care about is people who I find funny and cool and I'd love to interview are sort of like, I don't know if I could be on your show, man. It's sort of like, oh, this is like.
And the difference between the Andy, the non-masturbating Andy, and the masturbating Andy is that 2 months ago, these people existed. They were trying to change your show, Andy, and you said, fuck off. And now they're coming back, and you say, oh, well, maybe I'm losing some stuff by accepting alt-right people. Never forget why you are where you are. Never forget. And never give up on the people who respected you.
Has pigeonholed me yet again like the SJWs.
You've pigeonholed yourself because we could do anything you want. We could do shows about just you and I, or just your friends. But they're afraid. They don't want to come. Well, convince them to come. I'll put on a Hawaiian shirt. I'll be eating an apple, drinking some martini. We can do the show relaxed.
Stuff. It's pigeonholed me yet again, and now I can't even talk on my own show without feeling like, hey, you mind if I butt in here? I should be yelling on my show, like, shut the fuck up. Shut your fucking face. And then spitting on people. You know what? It's done.
Oh.
I'm gonna Hasbro my own show.
Now, Andy, are you going to keep it entertaining, or are you going to go back to that mediocre cookie cutter shit that people are going to tune out of? That's the question.
See, Mr. Mitaker is the kind of friend you want to listen to. This guy is brilliant. You should listen to Mr. Mitaker much more than you listen to any of your friends if you're a YouTuber. This guy knows. And that's why he's starting to worry now. He's like, well, Andy, okay, you want to Hasbro yourself, but what are you going back to? Mitaker knew. Mitaker knew.
I think chat wants to know. Are we going to go back to the safe, friendly, everybody buddy?
The medium here is what people like. Are you swung real far one way? Can you swing back?
And Mitaker is on the chat saying, that's right. That's right. That's right.
Without going all the way back to fuck off with the Franny and the shit.
No, I don't want to go back to that either at all. I want to have a show where I started. I have the theme already set up. I have a new name for it. It looks amazing and badass. We were working on it.
You rebranded? You have a new name. Is that what you just said?
Holy shit.
Holy fuck, Duncan. This runs way deeper than what it sounded
totally
like.
different than he portrayed it already.
But it's too.
Poor Adam Warski has been fantasizing. He's literally in a psychotic episode. He's been dreaming of another show. Andy, we can mark media history by doing Warski Live, the Warski Live that you want. Don't exclude yourself from Warski Live and say, I'm gonna abandon Warski Live, it's too tainted. Do you remember the first day we officially said I was co-host? You talked to me and you said, I'm in for good. I'm in this. We're going to do this. That's what we need. Don't concede territory. Create the Warski Live that you want inside of you. Don't create this fucking purple dragon shit, please.
To sort of show like, that it's a different vibe. Because
this sounds like a teenager dreaming of another show. It sounds like, oh, we want to do something like with another feeling. It's good. Follow this dream. But the tool for this is Warski Live. Don't abandon Warski Live. Don't push Warski Live back to a once a week show. Make it happen.
Because I think Warski's been so political for like what 3-4 years, right?
Make it something else. Do like Howard Stern. Do you think Howard Stern was thinking, "Oh well, now it's become too politics. Let's try to make it more fun today." He was doing whatever he wanted on that day, and he had the team to make sure that it was going to be somewhat good.
Oh, please, what's the new name?
I'm not gonna say anything yet. It's gonna be.
Come on, Andy, you can't blue ball us.
And I want it to be, and I want it to be like when I start the show, it's whoever at that time has something that they want to say and hop in. I don't want to schedule like.
Oh, are you gonna wait? I got a perfect new brand for you. How about amicable Andy?
No. Stop.
Whimsical Warski.
I am doing blood sports once a fucking week.
You're creating categories in your mind. Warski Live doesn't have to be blood sports. Warski Live doesn't have to be debates. Debates don't have to be blood sports. What you do doesn't have to be always blood sports. You're creating categories in your head instead of dealing with the resources you have, which is you have a Frenchman who can give you the reply, but you're not replying to him. If I say, shut the fuck up, Andy, all you have to say is, shut the fuck up, you faggot Frenchie. It's gonna be hilarious. There's gonna be emotion. It's gonna be the way you want. People will come in and it's gonna be open house. Don't isolate yourself into the purple dragon.
You rebranded, fired your co-host, have taken the show in another direction.
I never said that.
He's like, nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. But we've changed the name. I fired the co-host. We're getting.
I didn't say that. I never said that. Like you guys.
Everything is the same, guys, except all the shit I just changed. Holy shit, Andy, you must have been seething. Like, if you've gone to this length, you must have been fucking furious. I feel like we're only getting a little bit of it. I think there's a lot more bottled up in that.
That's what Jim is good at. Mr. Mitaker is good at interrogation. He can pull stuff out. He knows what's in the brain of people, and he knows how to pull it out. Very good. Now, he's not willing to do research to do a co-host, but that's the talent that Mr. Mitaker has.
That volcano, you're not letting out.
So is it time to unsub to Andy the Opportunist? Go fuck it. Oh, problematic White Knight. Go fuck yourself. You used to be a fucking good viewer, and now go watch those debates on other people's channels if you want to see that every fucking day. I'm doing that once a week. I have great shows lined up, but it's going to be once a week. Like I only do two streams a week anyway. And then I'm going to have fucking different streams that are non-political.
Don't segregate. You can create one of the most touching, educational, intelligent, moving, one of the great stories of the internet on Warski Live. Let me help you do that. It's bigger than you, bigger than me, bigger than anything. If you don't want it, it's fine. But it's a terrible decision. There's a great future for Warski Live if you want, but not a once a week show.
Is that fucking fine?
Andy, you get a little tense with the audience. I want that anger to come out. I want to know what you've been bottling up.
Yeah, blood sports aren't necessarily political, Andy. So that it's not that. It's not the debates of the stream that are bothering you.
There's more here. You need to lie down on the couch, Andy, and tell us.
Okay, you know what? Let me fuck.
Uh-oh.
Wait, are you actually lying down on the couch?
Yes. Oh my God. By the way, let me retweet this. Everyone check my Twitter. Look at this piece of art. Someone literally, that guy, Ray Pierre, who draws the best fucking like animations and pictures, just did the most fucking amazing thing of me watching VR porn. Wow. That's magical, Array. Anyway, my fucking thoughts are all mixed up right now. I want to do these debate streams, but I want to expand into new. After doing that liberalist stream, it fucking opened my eyes to the fact that people enjoyed that a lot more, and the fact that it doesn't have to be so serious and super intellectual and like.
You're right. It doesn't have to be.
It could also be fun as well, and that's sort of where I miss being. Remember, even the earlier internet blood sports were fucking hilarious.
Well,
right?
We kept it kind of funny over here. We'll go to different stuff. It's that you keep it in one division all the time.
I know, because I don't schedule my own fucking show.
Well, it's not just.
You're right. You don't schedule it.
Instead, it's that it become. You can't make it so formal and stuck to such stringent rules. And I don't know.
Now, Andy, the chat's bringing up a theory, and I have to raise it so you can answer it.
You have to have stringent rules because we have a higher viewership than you guys on community. Our viewers are unable to listen to a 6-hour show because most human beings on this earth who are working and who are able by that fact to pay super chats, they have a limited time in the day. And when you deal with these high viewership shows, you need to be organized. The organization doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be more compressed. You need to take your 6 hours and be able to put it in 2 or 3 hours maximum.
Are you ready for this?
May I have a minute?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Now they're saying the stepfather got to you because after you said you were making amends with him, all of a sudden your show's rebranding. You're going in a new direction, and JF is gone.
Pure legit. I haven't even spoke to Sargon.
Pure coincidence.
No.
Echo.
No. I am serious. I haven't even heard what he said about my show at all. I heard the Gollum thing or whatever, but that wasn't it at all.
He did say to Andy's face, "You don't control your show anymore. JF controls it." I think it got into Andy's brain.
It's me for the past month being bored on a lot of the streams on my own show, and then sort of like realizing on that last stream, like, oh, like they don't even fucking want to hear what I have to say at all. And it was sort of like, meh. And then I was like, I'll still do the debates like once a week or whatever. That's fine. And then people just took it as me firing JF, which is not it at all.
Technically it is, because I just announced to you that I would not be doing once a week show. Either we work together on Warski Live 3 times a week minimum, and we make it a very varied and diverse and interesting show, or you can do whatever you want on your side. I'm fine. I will be quitting, and you can do the debates or you can do the fun streams. I don't care at that point. I am willing to dedicate myself to creating interesting content. I want to do that. I'm very interested in doing that, and I'm very competent at doing it. Your choice, Andy.
Have also fun as fucking streams as well, and you like putting like, oh, Warski Live has to be intellectual, it has to be this, it has to be that, when I don't want it to be that only. It feels like I've lost the reins and now someone else controlling my show, so I have to just be like, look, like, and what I told JF, I DM'd him like a fucking string of messages of everything I've told you guys. Like, I've lost the reins. I feel like this is not, like, I'm not even part of the show anymore. I've been getting bored.
For 2 days and you completely rebrand your channel. Some people are gonna say that this is
right.
I'm
on day 6.
Well, now, but you thought about this a couple.
Think about every meme I've been part of, right? Like if every meme in the past 2 months that I've been part of, they have not been part of my show at all. They've all been me on Kumite being ridiculous, and then a meme.
Oh no, that's not true. The one that first started you off was the Hasbro one.
And that was
on
when
your
my
stream.
show was just fucking, we were fucking around that night, remember? It was me, you, Rags, and Quartering. We were fucking around. But now that it's gotten more stringent and more like, you know, fucking, there's rules of the, you know, like, of the internet, intellectual blood sports. That's when.
Did I ever say there were rules? I mean, I'm imposing rules on the fly because there's people yelling and I want the audio to be good. Those rules are needed. But I've always said that blood sports is intellectual MMA. It's literally an arena where everything can happen.
And
Wait, Andy, are you saying the issue isn't the money you're making, it's the memes you're getting? Do you need Jeff to give you better memes?
I'm not part of the show anymore. Like I'm not able to just fuck around and be funny without everyone fucking getting pissed or whatever. And it's sort of just like, fuck. I don't know.
I think you underestimate the currency that is a meme. You know, that goes pretty far.
Andy, I kind of agree with Tonka. This feels like I want to get that deep-seated anchor because it feels like there's more to this that you're just not letting out. You need to let it out, buddy. I think Big wants to hear it too.
Oh yeah.
Can you?
He won't let it out. Andy has been influenced by friends to have these worries. He hasn't looked the view counts the way we looked at it today. And you see that we've made this show into a 30,000 to 50,000 viewers minimum show from a show that was 6,000 viewers 3 months ago and sometimes 2,000 viewers many months ago. That's what happened. There were friends of Andy and people on social media whispering in his ears, and he cracked after 2 months. He couldn't handle the pressure.
Guys, give me 1 sec. I have to give my mom a shout. I missed her birthday yesterday. Well, I did talk to her yesterday.
Is your mother here?
Because the internet, the whole internet thing.
I know your dad listens. Is your mother here?
I'm gonna make myself a coffee. I'm gonna give my mom a shout.
Mama Warski, get out of here. You don't want to hear this. I was about to
Now,
say,
Tonka, have you noticed every
mama's-
time I ask him for the deep-seated issues, it's, hey, let's talk about my dad, or hey, how about my mother? I gotta go get coffee. You're deflecting, Andy.
You are.
Okay, fine. How about this? How about you all talk about your fucking theories on what you have about me? I'll be back in a sec, okay?
We all know what going to get coffee means.
I'm not
around here.
going to jerk off. I'm on day 6. I'm
Who
not
said
gonna-
that, Andy? What are you thinking about?
You.
You really need to jerk off. Please go
No.
get it done.
Andy, go masturbate.
You're going to fire your mother by the time this week's over. You're making some rash decisions.
I'm going to.
Alright, we're not gonna watch more. So Andy 1 hour ago writes to me on Twitter. I don't know if this was before the before he watched the stream, but he says, I heard all the shit you've been talking. I'm lazy and Warski love runs completely on you. We got Chris and Queen of Bands booking shows too, and the reason was so I can focus on running the shows and also promotion, which I go on other shows a lot and promote our shit. Also, the reason I want an expansion was so I can book more shows, but rebrand the chilling shows from debates. I was brainstorming out loud and you say I'm lazy when I work a lot and I didn't even bash you at all. I'm just trying to add new content so our show isn't a one-trick pony show. Then you shit in my on stream, apparently. Got people DMing me saying that you're going the extra mile to be arch. Well, he wrote this before going to bed. Andy, you're doing again what you're doing which is bad, which is listening to people in DMs. You are not autistic enough. You are listening to people socially too much. It won't be a long-term creation experiment that we can work on together if you are like that. I remember the first day I got into Warski Live officially as a co-host, and you told me, I'm into this for real. You told me, we're doing this, that's the one certainty, we're doing this together. And it's your choice if you don't want to make this together. But what I propose is for you to listen to the video, actually listen to what I just said, and ask yourself what you can bring out of it and whether those were good tips. There's a vision of Warski Live in the future where it could be a very interesting show, one that mixes intelligent content with joking and with everything you want, and I'm willing to follow you on that path. But I'm just like you on the first day. I'm in it for real. I'm not in it partly. And this idea of creating a separate platform, you can. But it's a very bad idea, because Warski Live can be a very healthy story to pursue, a regular show that people tune in. And the alternative hypothesis is writing something. I don't think he watched me for the last hour. He says, honestly, if I were Warski, I would ban JF because JF is taking over the show. I just explained to people on this stream that I've not taken over the show. I'm stuck in a show where the host is not scheduling his own shows. And I'm maintaining that show alive with last-minute guests. And so the shows that you see where I bring guests in, those are shows that wouldn't exist if I wasn't there. So it's not like I'm taking over something that would exist. I'm making the Warski Live shows possible by keeping it alive. Now, Andy keeps talking about what he wants to do, but he doesn't do it. So, Andy, it's your choice. There's really two ways it can go. We can continue working together. You brought these subjects on the public space today, and whether they did it intentionally or not, you created a situation in which people naturally concluded that you had a problem with me. So I had to respond on the public space too. I hope that you will sleep on this and you will decide what we do with our lives. If you want me to be all in this show, I'm still up for it. And I think that we can do great stuff. Have a great day.